Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am super duper excited to be here this morning. You are in for 5 mornings of absolutely amazing transformation. I'm excited for many reasons because I remember clearly when I was right at this juncture. My mind was wide open to receive. I was ready to change and become somebody very different. Different from the person that was getting some results that I absolutely did not like. Results that caused me to be frustrated. Results that caused me to take walks and think way beyond and things that I did not want to think. I'm talking about results that allowed me to pause, center myself, and to ask myself, are you willing to change your current circumstances and make them better than they've ever been? And you know what? I didn't have the answer to that. I did not have the answer. It was just ideas running in my mind. But what I did know for sure was something had to change. Something had to change. And I am absolutely privileged. I'm absolutely blessed to have had those changes happen in my life. This morning, we're talking about the identity shift, moving ourselves from where we are, who we are being, getting the results that we're getting as that individual to someone even greater, looking for higher results, seeking to be able to serve others in a much more profound way, truly building a legacy. And so let me share this one thought with you. Day one, we will be focused on your performance shift, auditing your current results. I'll repeat that. This morning, we'll be focused on auditing your current results. Your current results are the perfect design. I say perfect design outcome of your current identity. All the outcome, every result you get right now is based on your current identity, your built identity, the identity you architectured. And the question here is, if I need to change my current results, then I need to change the person I'm becoming. And that's what we'll be talking about this morning. But I'm going to kick off by saying to you, those of you in the chat, make sure you give us a shout out. Let us know that you're ready for a shift and prepare your mind and your spirit for that shift. Prepare yourself for the shift. Prepare for that shift. Prepare for that shift. Okay. I know by now you can see my screen. Your current results are the perfectly designed outcome of your current identity. And in order to change that, you must first audit your current results. And without a shadow of a doubt, I know that you will. Now, it is believed that working harder will always give you the results that you want. If you're not getting the results that you currently want, just work a little harder. It is believed that working harder shows that you're ambitious and it's worn like a badge of honor to be a hard worker. People will use it as one of your character traits. Oh, she's a hard worker. He's a hard worker. But working hard doesn't mean that you will necessarily get the results that you're desiring. In fact, it could be the very problem, the very reason you're not getting the results that you desire. You cannot solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created that problem. So you're working hard, but you're thinking in the same manner. And as a result, that problem never gets solved. So the issue is not your strategy. You know how to sit and plan out a particular course of action, but the course could be well planned. But if the person has not changed, it is similar to pouring water in a basket and expecting that basket to be receptive to holding that water. There are tons of leaks in that basket. And so it is when you start applying your strategies in the same mindset and as the same person, in the same identity. It's similar to pouring water through a basket. So, what do you do from here? You've come to a place of consciousness. There are certain stakes involved with maintaining the same habits and being the same person that you have always been. And those stakes are very costly. Externally, you will notice that you have flatlined. In other words, you will be running on the same from east to west, year after year after year, getting the exact same results, a little up, a little down. Why? Because the person has not changed. Time does not wait for you to feel ready. Staying comfortable guarantees a stagnation. If you have ever been around a lake, you will realize that there are times when the lake takes on a scent. If you leave clothes in your washing machine that's wet and it stays in there, it takes on a stench. When you remain the same individual, then you get frustrated and you, in fact, mentally take on the ideas or the thoughts that comes with stagnation. Your current results are exact reflection of your current programming, how you are programmed. And in order to change your programming, one must in fact change the way they be. All right, so those are that's the external factor that surrounds you staying exactly where you are. You will be stagnant without a shadow of a doubt. There's no going stuck. There really isn't. You go backwards. Nothing stands still. Nothing stands still. You're either going backwards or forwards. So if you feel that you're not getting the results, or you physically see that the bank account remains the same, that the people around you remain the same, that your reports remain the same, you are in fact stuck. And that ultimately eats at you and allows you to lose your confidence. Now, there are also internal and philosophical stakes to staying the same way you are right now. Number one, you'll be fighting your own subconscious. For the benefit of understanding that, your subconscious mind is the part of you that gets results. Whether results are good or not so good, it's what's programmed in your mental software. And that's what you will work on. No matter what you say, no matter how excited you get when you get to an event, or you're feeling highly charged and motivated, that happens in your conscious mind. But until your subconscious mind believes that, it never gets done. And that's why we hear people say year after year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I will become this, and it never happens because it has not left your conscious mind. Now, that means that if you are saying that you want to develop or become something greater or do something, and it's not in your subconscious mind, you'll be consistently fighting it. And again, the result of that, the internal result of that, is that you become angry, become fearful, you become resentful, simply because you cannot see what you're doing wrong. And you tend to ask yourself the question, what am I doing wrong? I'm working hard. I'm doing everything they tell me to do. I mean, I don't know that anybody, I know people who don't work half as hard as I do. They're getting the results and I'm not. It's simply because whoever you are watching, their identity has matched up to the desires they have. And frankly, yours has not. Universal laws dictate that you attract what you are, not what you want. You attract what you are, not what you want. To put this clearly, a tree attracts to itself or radiates from itself leaves and branches and blossoms and fruits, and that makes it, in its identity, a tree. On the other hand, humans have choices and they can choose who they want to be. When you have made that choice, you get to live with the consequences of that choice. When you decide who you want to be, you live with that consequence. Deciding is not the only part of the game, it's a committed decision to act like that, to walk like that, and to talk like that. So, your willpower is infinite. Willpower is finite. I'm sorry, your willpower is finite, but your identity is permanent. The good news is that you can change your identity to be, to be, to be. Universal laws dictate that you attract what you are, not what you want. And here lies the idea of wanting all the time and not seeing it happen. You have not stepped into the person who attracts that thing. You have not become that thing. Now, over the past 20 years, I've had first off the frustration and then the joy of understanding what it takes to succeed, of watching others make some crucial mistakes day in, day out, and continue to make them in pursuit of their goals. And those goals still has not been met. I've watched people restart every year, year after year after year after year. I've studied myself and I've studied a lot of other people, known and unknown to them. And what I see is the same pattern over and over again. They have fixed their identity on struggle, on starting over, on forcing. And each year, their results remain the same or move backwards. Sometimes a jump ahead, but most definitely backwards. Why? Because the identity, the person has not changed. They may have changed some of their actions. They may have stretched the rubber band, but that rubber band is going to go right back in place if the person has not changed. That whole picture that I just painted right there left a heavy burden on me as an individual because I chose to take it on because I didn't like how it felt. As humans, we're here to be able to help others, to help ourselves, and to create a better, more fulfilling life. My experience with that was not fulfilling. It was a lot of hurt. But from every hurt, from every challenge, from every problem that we face, we come up with great solutions. In the new Lead the Field, Napoleon Hill talks about the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. And so for me, this was one of the biggest problems that I personally face. And it became the biggest opportunity for me to grow and develop. So my journey started, of course, in with success, being in the company, the direct selling company where Mary Kay mentored us through her words, through her company, to be able to create a life that we desire, to be able to increase our income. She talked about empowering the lives of women around the world. That resonated with me because I wanted to do the same. I wanted to empower the lives of anyone who I came in contact with, for that matter. And her training and her mentorship laid an absolutely powerful burden on me. I wouldn't say burn, a fascination to be able to be better, do better, and have more. When I came to a place where being better and doing better, it felt like I had plateaued. I needed to be able to shift and become a new person in order to get new results. That journey brought me to Donald Miller and a series of books that he wrote on small businesses, negotiations. He talked about managing your small business, coaching, coaches, you name it. He had the whole package on developing a strong and solid small business. And I engaged with him for over a period of time, traveling back and forth to Nashville to be in his presence and to adapt his ideas. That mentorship taught me a lot about business and also a lot about people. Alongside that was the ultimate shift that happened, and that centered around being in the presence of Proctor Gallagher, where mindset, which I'd studied for many years, didn't understand much of it. I thought I did until I dived in deep into understanding the mind, how it works, and the behavior of people, and how the very successful thinks. And what I saw was enlightening. The awareness was way beyond what I'd ever imagined. And I locked into understanding why my foreparents behaved the way they did, created the kind of income they did, and lived the way they did. And I knew that my children and my children's children would not be a recipient of that if I was focused on understanding people and helping people to understand themselves. See, we like to train people. We like to go ahead and say, okay, I'm a life coach, some of us say. But being a life coach and not understanding who you are first is a major obstacle to creating the level of success that you want for yourself and for others. And boy, don't we want success for everyone else, the same success we want for ourselves. I'll say this. Today, you're at a juncture in your life. You're not here by chance. You're here by divine appointment to your own goals and your own desires. And you're at a place where you know, if you're here, you know that you wanted to change something. Something about your journey is making you uncomfortable. And you're obedient to the voice inside of you that's saying something has to change. And to begin that, you must become brutally honest with yourself. A lot of times, many people choose not to be honest because I want you to tell you what I want you to think about me. Wrong, so wrong, so wrong. As long as you live in that mindset, you will stay bound by your current circumstances. Being true to yourself requires you, allows you to be able to have a magical transformation to becoming the person that you really want to be. So, first step, you must, by all means, audit your own results. You want to audit that and be brutally honest with yourself as you audit those results. Ask yourself questions that allow you to see exactly where you are so you know where you need to go. And I took the liberty of creating a diagnostic for all our results that allows you to understand where you are and gives you feedback on what the missing pieces to your identity is that's causing the leaks in your performances. Face your current reality with clarity. Face your current reality with honesty. Analyze where you truly are today, not what you want people to believe about you. Really, take a keen, serious look at it and decide that you will move to step 2 and recode that. Who do you really want to be? Will you want to be an imposter? Or do you want the real you to come alive, your higher self, the part of you that's called to do, to be, to have so much more? And then, of course, you want to mind reset. Reset the way you think, reset the way you act, reset in order to show up as the individual that you were purposely created here to be. Building that awareness, look back, pause, put in the chat right now. And if you're watching the replay, take the liberty to put it in the chat. What is your level of awareness as far as your current circumstances are and where you are choosing to go? Remove the emotion, get the emotions out of the way, and tell the raw truth to yourself. Analyze that data. Results don't just show up for you to ignore them. Those results are speaking boldly to you to make the changes necessary for you to live the fulfilling life that you desire. Again, look at your current results. Remove the emotion connected with that. Analyze the raw data. Analyze it. Once you get that done, you want to move beyond that. You want to measure the distance. Measure the distance. Identify who you are today. Define who you must become, and measure the distance between where you are and where you need to be. Measure the distance between where you are and where you need to be. Let me repeat that. Measure the distance where you are today and where you need to be. That, my friends, is your identity gap. The identity gap is the space between your current self and your future self. The future self that you've been chasing after, we're going to talk about that. The future self you've been chasing after. Bridging this gap is the foundation of your transformation. Bridging the gap between where you are right now, getting the results that you're getting, living the way you're living, being the person you're being, and becoming that person is your identity gap. And that's the gap that needs to be bridged for you to effortlessly succeed. Yeah, effortlessly. So many people are successfully not at peace. Successfully not at peace. Frantic, fearful, disintegrating, stressed, always thinking of where they are and the struggles they've been through. I know, because I've been there. And never getting to the place where you feel peaceful, alive, and intentional and on purpose. So here's what we do. We operate from the goal. In order to be able to have your goal, you must operate from the goal. 97% of population operate for the goal. We're chasing it down. I'm going after my goal. I got to get up there. And those words, even though speaking lightly, hold a powerful effect on the results that you ultimately receive in your life. Chasing after something means that you're considerably running to catch it. And for some people, it's running so much faster than they are. It's like chasing after Usain Bolt. And your life does not have to be that way. It's not a chase, it's a radiation. Radiating from you should be the success that you desire. Coming from the tree are the blossoms, the leaves, the branches, and the fruits. Coming from you, it's also the fruits. Stop acting toward your desires. Start operating from your future self. Now, we often hear about manifestation and how woo it is, but the fact of the matter is that manifestation is auditioning into your goal. It's deciding who you want to become. It's deciding how you want to live. It's deciding the income that you want to have and stepping into the role of the person that has that. Let me take it down to the magic of a woman that's pregnant and she's having a baby. She ultimately gets registered at probably Toys R Us, Babies R Us, Kids R Us. People start shopping for her. She buys the crib. She decorates the room. She eats differently. She is preparing for this baby and she's living as if the baby is here. The room is already decorated. If Mother's Day come before and she's pregnant, she starts celebrating herself as a mother, whether or not that baby is born yet. Your goal asks the very same of you. Your goal asks the very same of you. You step into the role as if you already have the desire that you're looking for. Start operating from your future self. Now, we created a workbook for you in order to travel this journey together for the next 5 days. We're calling it the Recode Ledger. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about that recode. It's a document that helps you to assess and write some of the things that could be your leaks in your ultimate life, in the results that you get, and in the person who you were called here to be. You were not called to be mediocre. You were not called to pause and settle. You're not a settler. High achievers, you know you're not a settler. That's why you're uncomfortable. Because you know there's so much more to you. This allows you to track your transformation and prepare your mind for a recode, recoding how you fire and wire, how you're wired and how you fire. Here's the moment of truth, and you can answer these in the chat. What results are you currently producing? Be brutally honest. What results are you currently producing? Are they favorable? Are they average? Or do you truly believe that I can do better? Better is a good word. The other question I have for you is, what beliefs are driving these exact results? You keep getting them. So what is the belief that's driving them? You've perfected them because you've perfected getting the same results. Your thermostat is set. So if you can perfect that, you can perfect something better. And herein lies the bright light that you can, in fact, get better results. Write it down with zero fluff. Don't put any fluff to it. Again, this is about being brutally honest with yourself. Honest assessment is the foundation of your transformation. Honest assessment is the foundation of your transformation. Now, let's, for a moment, take a look at your truth. There's a QR code on the screen. I'd love for you to be able to scan it. That will give you an opportunity to do a performance audit on your results. And it's just for you. So you are clear. Stop guessing, start commanding. So you're clear on exactly what's going on in your life, in your world, and where the leaks are so you can fix them. You can choose to fix them. What is the version of you that has already won? Ask yourself that question. What is the version of me that has already won? How does this version of me think? How does this version of me think? How does this version of me move with intention, committed decision? How does this version of me move with intention? How does this version of me move with intention? How does this version of me move with intention? Here's your next move. Post your biggest result audit insight in the Facebook group. And I ask you to leave your past behind. Leave your past behind. Tomorrow, we will get into the real meat of your transformation, the recode. The identity shift for you has already begun. Your transformation is no longer a possibility. It is in motion. The very idea that you're right here, right now, it's in motion. I'm going to ask you to take an action right now. If you're seated, I want you to get up from your seat. And I want you to mark a spot on the floor. And I want you to deliberately and intentionally move forward. Deliberately and intentionally move yourself forward. Move your feet forward. Allow yourself to be able to feel what that shift feels like. Understand clearly that that shift is about you moving from your old identity that has given you all the results that you have currently gotten to an identity that is ready and receptive for your bigger and greater and grander ambitions. You're stepping into a new you. Take the action now. Step into who you are becoming. Scan the QR code. That's your assignment. Scan the QR code and get your results, your audit results. Diagnose your performance and get your results. I'll see you right here tomorrow morning at a new place, as a new you, receiving in a new way. No filters, the raw truth. The raw truth. Go ahead, my friends, and do your audit. You deserve to know, to stop guessing and start commanding your life. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you right here at 6:15 tomorrow morning.